Good morning, everybody. Froggy Snacks here. Nothing I say is financial advice, entertainment purposes only. Now the dog wants to go outside. Well, hope everybody's having a good day. Uh, the market looks absolutely disgusting right now. So we're gonna go in and kind of talk about what we got going on real quick. SPY dumped yesterday. Futures were up last night. Now today, this morning, the SPY is hitting a main support level. Let's just say 430. We'll just say 430. If this morning, if this bounces off, well, it's 428 right now, so it already broke that main support. Oof. I don't know. RSI is low. It's pretty oversold. That 430 support, some were calling it 429. I think it was 430. Has already been broken pre-market, and there could be more potential downside. TMF took a massive hit this morning. Not surprised. As soon as the Fed said there was going to be no rate cuts until next year, that's a bad thing for TMF. We want the rate cuts. We want people to flood back into bonds as the market crashes. It's going to take a little bit of time. I'm not worried about it. If I see TMF go under $5, then I'll look at starting to buy more. Again, TMF is a long-term play. The market's got to recover. It's got to flip back on its heels. It's got to come down. Rate cuts have to come into effect while you're sitting, waiting, and holding. And keep in mind, this thing was at 30, 40, $50 at some points in time. I'm holding back until those ranges again. It will take time. It could take up to 2 years, but it's a solid play. The DD's right. The bond market's primed. The stock market's primed. Everything's ready to go for this thing eventually to recover. And while you wait for your 12-month tax benefit, you collect 5-cent dividends quarterly the whole time. So I'm not worried when I see days like today. Of course, there's people out there going, oh, everybody's wrong. Stock Mo's wrong. Spence is wrong. They always like to say that because they're looking for engagement. These folks that are short the U.S. Treasuries have accounts and they come out. It's just like all the other meme stock plays. They have these accounts. They come out. They talk crap. And they never put out any DD of their own. They just want to attack you for engagement, which is funny. So, anyways, I'm still very comfortable in this play. I don't care about the short term downside on this again because this is a 12-month hold. HE down a little bit this morning, but we have the congressional hearing on September 28th. Again, the CEO of HE is going to be in there talking to Congress, telling them what's up, what's going on. Space down. Again, this is long-term play too. Again, space. I really like the company. I love what they're doing. This is a play. I really just like the stock, you guys. They've got 980 million in cash, 340 million in debt, 1.15 billion in assets, and they are flying manned missions to space with normal people, paying customers into space. Again, it's just that's the DD. It's the tech. Their IP alone is worth a ton of money. The flight tech they have is incredible. And the more times they fly, the more trust they build with the general public and the government, and eventually they'll find some government contracts to land. So TMF tanking, love it, buy more. Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, TMF could go down to $3 and I would be happy. Short term it sucks, but mid to long term, that's incredible. And that's what they want. They're shorting the bond market so much right now. And that's why you started to see a lot of bigger accounts talk about TLT and TMF on Twitter, and Bill Ackman come out with a short thesis on the treasuries, because when you're standing by the fire exit, then it's okay to scream fire. If you're the first one out the door, it's not panic. So I'm comfortable with that. Now, the SPY is the big thing this morning. I think I'm going to take out weekly calls on the SPY as soon as the market opens. I may be wrong on this. I don't know. But we did hit and kind of break down past a massive support level, which my graph actually is hitting right where I thought it would. I think the SPY is going to oscillate in this downtrend for the next 6 months, maybe 4 months. But I think it's going to kind of try to follow the same pattern that it's followed before. And it's going to oscillate in this downward channel for the next 6 months. Maybe a little lower today. I don't know if this is a solid trend line yet because we don't have 3 points. But if we go from the gap to this, then yes, we do have 3 points. So maybe we should be doing that. And why can I not? Oh, there we go. Let's say that. Yeah. Hopefully today, we'll see. I'm going to take out a decent call position on the SPY today. I see a lot of bullish sentiment on Twitter on the SPY. I think the market does need a little reprieve this morning as we go into it. NASDAQ McClellan Oscillator. The NAMO is pretty oversold. Everybody's calling SPY put ratio. Acts like a rubber band. Can it get stretched further? Sure, as you see from the chart, but you can also see it's in a range where local bottom or rallies occur. Notice a fact on the chart. This is a pretty good tweet, and this is exactly what I was talking about. I didn't even know there was a thing called the McClellan Oscillator. What do you think about puts on Instacart long term? Needs to move up finally. Instacart, I don't know. I haven't even looked at the chart, but I would assume any type of convenience in grocery, eating, dining, fuel, any type of convenience type stuff is going to take a hit long term because of inflation. It's so undervalued even though no evidence was shown. Yeah, I know. That's it. Well, they knew the market crash was coming. I think it's all a play. But that's good. We know it's undervalued. They were giving out what, a 50-cent dividend not even a day before the fire? So, with the evidence we have on HE now, we know the firefighters left the scene of a big brush fire the day of the Lahaina fire. They went to lunch. It's already been reported. The fire flamed back up, and that's what burned Lahaina down. Now, maybe HE's power line started the initial fire, but if it was called in and it was taken under control by the fire department, and then they left the scene while the lines were de-energized, then Hawaiian Electric is not responsible for the Lahaina fire. So my short-term play this morning is going to be the SPY. I think I'm going to play the upside. It's pretty oversold. On pretty much every tick. It's just coming back up on the 5-minute, but it's pretty oversold. I might be wrong on this. This thing might just tank today. Excuse me. Somebody did come and claim the kitten though, so my allergies are still trying to recover a little bit. Tesla kind of ticking back up again too. We'll see. The bad thing is with buying call options first thing in the morning at open, Fidelity is so slow that they will literally give you worst execution on purpose. It's so bad. You'll get a horrible price. So you got to be really careful when you do this. But I'm going to key up and get ready. I'm going to go ahead and do my initial plan, which was short-term calls on the SPY and long-term puts after the SPY potentially recovers back to, let's say, this gap, 438. My midterm puts, I'm looking at 420. But I won't buy those until we cash out of our calls. Hopefully this all plays out right. I think the market's due for a little reprieve, honestly. And I think today might be the day. Instead of Black Monday, we might get like I don't even know. There's no catchy words. Maybe it is Black Monday. I don't know. What do you guys think? Brokers also like to play around. Give me your guys' opinion on the SPY, man. I'm not happy you went below that support line that we were talking about, 430-ish. But this is pre-market, and there was a lot of volume coming in. Yet market closed Friday and then after hours. So if people loaded back in, and we know we're talking about a soft landing, so the market's going to work with the Fed, and we'll get this oscillation down just like we did back here on the first crash. Boom. And then we rocketed back up. A lot of stocks didn't recover. It's more of a correction. But now we're looking at a really nasty downside again, potentially. Maybe we get another whole another season of SPY downside back here to a double bottom, and that's where we finally recover right here. But this gap right here, I'm very confident this is going to fill. Short term though, pow. Maybe a little reprieve. Yay on the kitten. Yeah. Oh, PJ's in the room. Yeah, the owner was a nice lady, 2 little kids, and she got her kitten back. So I told her if she can't handle it, if they ever can't handle the cat, just to bring her back over. So I'm playing the SPY to the downside today if it breaks PML. Interesting. I'm looking at this as pretty oversold. We do have some notable trend lines in this channel here. Clean it up. Every time you move on Webull, the lines also move. I don't know why. Come on. What is going on here? Daily. Sorry, I'm fixing my chart. But it seems like I shot out my thesis, and then a lot of bigger guys on Twitter shot out near the same thesis. So that's pretty good. The funny thing is, if you type in SPY on Twitter just like that, you won't get anything these days. You got to put puts or calls. So let's go check the put side of the flow and see what people are saying. I think nature is telling me into SPY puts. Like tweets like this are fun and they're cool, but if you base your opinion off of that, you're gonna lose. This tweet's good, where he talks about the McClellan oscillator. Not surprised with all the red in the market. Put kept being loaded Friday. A U.S. politician shorted the U.S. SPY QQQ put to call ratio update. I look further back than the 3-year on the chart and went back 5 years. Now, one time, not even a 2022 bear market, did we get spike above the purple line to not then get at least a spike to the blue line. Potential relief rally in the cards, but it's clear volatility is coming back. That's a yellow flag. Really trying to make a case for the balance. You do know the PE ratio of the S&P is still completely overvalued. I'm not making any case. I literally pointed out the exact fact on the charts. Generally, a gap down and reversal is needed. See, that's what I'm talking short term. We've already had our gap down here, and it's a good gap. I would think off of this support, 430, 429, which right now it's a little below. But if it wicks up, which it looks like it is already, off of this support and we fill this gap, today you could get 430 to 438 potentially, or maybe just to the top of this. But if you get 430 to 438 on calls today, that's really good. But I might be wrong. It may just crash. So again, I think Patty's playing the put side. I think I'm gonna stick with my call side. I'll probably lose. You guys got to decide what to do for yourself. Good morning. What's up, DZZ? Hawaiian Electric. Yep, we're just waiting for the 28th, buddy, but we're there. Why do you think they're doing the hearing on Thursday? It's so that people can play the hearing Thursday and then have a run Friday. Hopefully the CEO comes out and goes, yes, we de-energized. Here's the documents. Have a good day. Peace the fuck out. And then Friday the HE just goes through the roof and hits 21, which I'll just cash out at 21 probably. And then watch for other events. Maybe it goes straight to 31, but I am definitely taking profit at 21. That's a good run. That'd be close to 100% on my money, which I'll just take it now with the market the way it is. You may not get 31. All right, we are 4 minutes to open. And then I got a good 2 minutes of waiting for freaking Fidelity to refresh their options chain so I can actually buy what I want to buy. Fidelity's, God, I can't wait to get away from them. I'm going to slowly start putting money into a different broker. I think I'm going back to Moomoo, you guys. I enjoyed Moomoo. It worked really good. The money transfer's quick. The options chain was easy. Let's see, 5 calls, expiration. I'm gonna do at least I'm gonna do the 27th actually. Yeah, because if it doesn't do anything today, I'm just gonna take the hit and walk away. So let's bet 433. Okay, that's not too bad. If those are the actual prices, which I doubt they are right now, but it's at 428 right now. Shit, we could probably do 430. $430s, and it won't even give me a price on it, of course. The other ones do, but okay, we're just 2 minutes away. I'm gonna stay on my page. I'm gonna refresh everything. I'm gonna stay on my Fidelity page real quick for the next couple minutes. So if I'm not talking, don't worry about it. I'm focusing. So just put in the chat if you're playing the SPY, put if you're playing puts or if you're playing calls. And again, we're just sitting here watching TMF, watching HE. TLT, again, TLT is the base ETF on the 20-year treasuries. TMF is 3x levered on 20-year treasuries. We got Bill Ackman out there saying, stay short, stay short, stay short. But when big guys start telling you what to do on Twitter, I think it's because, again, they're already standing by the fire exit, and maybe Bill Ackman's right. I'm not saying anything bad about him or good about him. I'm just saying when there's a 500 billion short position on the treasury market, that's a big deal. And if you want to be the first one out, that's not panicking. That's winning. And if you want to be the first one out, you have to be standing by the fire exit when you scream fire. So just keep that in mind, and which I am very much keeping in mind. Come on, baby. One more minute. Let's see what she does. I don't know. It looks like we better go to the SPY, actually. Looks like she wants to tick up in the early parts of the morning here. RSI did go a little high on the 1 minute, though. Come on, baby. Come on, don't run before the bell, you fuck. Maybe it just dumps. There it is. Preview. Go. Come on. What? Ah! Come on. Get in. Why am I not hearing any dings? Damn you. Oh, executed. Okay, here we go. Come on. Up, baby. Let's go. Recover, SPY. SPY recovery day. Let's do it. I'm in, baby. Let's go. Come on, baby. Up. Back to the 5 minute. Where are my SPY calls? Says filled. Of course, it's not in my positions, though. Thank you, Fidelity. So right now, if it decides to dump, I literally can't do anything about it. All right, let's just be patient. Japan's government will implement policies to boost take-home pay amount for some part-time workers. Yeah, we're going to start getting government intervention. And Red Bill 21 said something super interesting on here the other day. What if, because there's the highest short position in history on U.S. Treasuries, the government comes out and institutes a short-term Treasury short ban? That would be incredible. Tesla. That's crazy that the SPY is slightly ticking up and Tesla's ticking down. Usually when this happens, and we're getting 2 million on the SPY first thing in the morning, I don't know. This may not go in my favor. We'll see. We got to have a little bit of patience. But like I said, pretty oversold on the SPY on all the other tickers, except for the getting into the 10 and 5, and then it's getting back into mid-range. I would think we need a little bit of reprieve today, but I may be wrong. It may dump. Where are my calls? Where are they? Fidelity is so bad. There they are. There's still no price on them. I did get in better than I thought I did, though. Ah, bloody market. But we're not down or up yet. We will see. HE down, TMF down, TLT down, ARC's doing okay, Tesla down. Should have just played Tesla, damn. Space getting hammered again. Go figure. I'm actually going to go ahead and hit a little more space. Yeah, why not? Just going to have to buy through the market downside, guys. I'm just going to continue to buy each month. There's nothing else to do. Last time I really hated myself for market cash. What's going on here? Huh? Oh, that's interesting. Got intraday buying power in cash. It says non-marginable. It says I have to have settled cash. It's fucking Fidelity, dude. I'm telling you. I don't know how many times I've said that this morning, but come on, SPY. We need the short-term recovery. All right, back to the chat. We're going to watch Tesla develop for the first 15 minutes and decide calls or puts for the day. He's being sued by investors who lost more than 100K, news in on Webull. HE is being sued by investors who lost more than 100K. Yeah, those are from ambulance on-site. Those are ambulance chaser lawyers trying to start class actions. The problem is if they sue Hawaiian Electric, if investors sue Hawaiian Electric, there's over 20,000 investors just in Hawaii that own Hawaiian Electric. Investors who are trying to sue Hawaiian Electric for the losses, if it's not Hawaiian Electric's fault, then those lawsuits go nowhere. These ambulance chasers are just trying to get some retainer money. This news was repeated 100 times, same as the shit about old polls. Yep. Such news is there to lower the price. Yeah, the main thing is the news that came out about the firefighters leaving the scene of the brush fire that they declared was out, and then it flared up, is what burned the town down. If HE was de-energized after the initial fire, then they're not responsible for the Lahaina fire, which then all those lawsuits are frivolous. They could actually go back and sue the local Maui government for defamation and stock manipulation, because the Lahaina government, the Maui government, filed a lawsuit against Hawaiian Electric before any investigation was even done, and it crushed the stock price. So this may never go back to 31. I don't know, but if she goes into Congress, the CEO goes into Congress this week and does a really good hearing and presents the information and prevents the data sheets saying they were de-energized, which the ATF already has, then the stock should rally back to 21, which would be really good in a market like this. If it does, I'm going to go ahead and just cash out, take the money, do a little bit of charity, or maybe it just absolutely just explodes up to 31. I don't know. But I'm not going to be super greedy on it because of the conditions in the market right now. The SPY does look to me like it wants to tick up a little bit. The candle on the 30-minute looks good. I'm hoping this thing just ticks right up through the day and we try to pull back to, where's the gap? This is a big run. This is a really, really big run. But I'm hoping we try to at least come back to this range here. 435. If we can get back to 435, I mean, it's kind of following my pattern that I put up. All I did was copy this last chart movement here, this last, let's say 30 days, and repeated it. And so far it looks like it's following. So how long out did I get my calls? I forgot. I think it was only a couple days. September 27th. So if this thing rips and tries to correct back to the upside, this is going to be a really good option. Come on, babe. We'll see. Now it's time to be patient. It's time to quit staring at it. I'm not going to do a big long stream today. I mean, the market's just red. It's ugly. Everything's down. All the Tesla bears are out there screaming about how the Tesla robot's stupid. And these Tesla bears are worse than the AMC crowd apes. They really are. They're way worse. They literally have been trying to short Tesla for 20 years. And they got their butts blown out by it. And now every single time something happens, oh, the robot's slow. We better short Tesla. It's so stupid. These are Wall Street finance guys screaming short Tesla because their one-of-a-kind prototype robot powered by AI moved a Lego slow. Are you kidding me? The dude's flying. They're launching the biggest spaceships ever in history. They're launching manned missions to the International Space Station. Neuralink's about to have human testing. Starlink is exploding all over the world, which he's going to get paid hundreds of billions for eventually, especially when the government decides they really need it. Teslas are sound. There's more Teslas on the road every day. Gas prices are going through the roof, and the government still wants to go to green energy changes. So these Tesla bears coming out trying to short this thing are absolutely insane, and it's because they're such heavy bag holders that they just can't get out of the play. The funny thing is I'm not even a Tesla bull or bear. I'll just say, hey, it looks like puts are good right now or calls are good right now, and we move on. But these guys are absolutely 100%. Musk is rent free in their head. They can't stand anyone. Like, I have a couple people hating on me because I'm playing TMF, and then I'm like, oh yeah, Tesla puts look really good. They're like, 3 months ago you said Tesla bears are going to get their faces ripped off. Well, you did. You did. Tesla had a nice run. You got your faces ripped off when this thing went to 278. Just absolutely crushed. Bunch of crybabies. And then they started doing the New York Post articles and all the hate on Elon Musk again, and then the market collapsed. Now, if anything, maybe the SPY corrects back down to the downside a little bit, and Tesla rips on some shorts trying to run away from the play again before they get crushed again. It's just crazy. All right, we're getting a little zesty here. But it's funny that these Tesla bears are the same people who hated AMC, and whether they were right on AMC or not, it doesn't matter because they're so wrong in their Tesla position that they don't have a leg to stand on. It's just hilarious. All right, come on, baby. We're up 7% on our SPY calls so far. Let's go. I'm going to watch the 5-minute RSI starting to get a little high, but we're really low on the 30. So maybe the 5-minute hits and then we stumble around and then it rips by the end of the day. So my new methodology is I'm streaming, I'm looking at it now, but I'm literally going to walk away for a little bit. HE down 2%, TMF starting to tick back up. That's good. Maybe looking at buying a little more HE or TMF tomorrow. ARCC holding strong. I think ARCC is going to see a breakout, gap fill breakout off of this trend line. I really do. I think it's going to tag this trend line and it's going to break out to all-time highs. That's going to be really good. I think ARCC is just going to be in my portfolio forever. I never should have sold it. But the Tesla bears, man, look, if you have a good short thesis on Tesla, I'll listen to you. But the infrastructure that Elon Musk has built up over the past 20 years is now a national security infrastructure. Starlink, SpaceX, Tesla, all of the above is very important to the national security of the nation. Like Mark says, he doesn't go after Musk because Musk is untouchable. These people trying to put him in jail and this and that. Musk, everybody loved Musk until he realized that a lot of the leftist globalist Soros Democrats, the WEF Democrat, WF, when he started saying, hey, you guys are kind of crazy, man, then all of a sudden they hated Musk. Tesla has some of the biggest contracts with government, and you have folks talking about shorting it. Yeah, DZZ's got it right. Puts and calls, short term, playing the volatility, beautiful plays. But guys shorting Tesla, they shorted this thing from 50 to 10 all the way. They kept shorting all the way up to 300-400. These guys will never get their money back, man. Livid until he went Republican. Loved him until he went Republican. Yeah, and he's not really probably even a Republican. He's probably just an actual traditional Democrat that's not insane. These so-called older Democrats now, they're not Democrats. They're globalist socialists. They're part of the World Economic Forum. They're part of the Schwab, and they're part of Soros. And they want this radicalized, weird, homosexual, green energy, this crazy agenda that will never, ever last. It's demoralizing and decaying the world into insanity. It's crazy. They want everybody owning nothing, being obedient, underpopulated by not breeding. You know, it's like they're programming our children to be homosexual so they don't have kids. The infrastructure of the world is now built up. They no longer need the slaves. Rome, Egypt, same thing. Once all the infrastructure was completed and the city was built, they thought they didn't need the slaves anymore. But in reality, what's going on in the U.S. with the immigration thing is the U.S. government knows that we need a labor force. We don't have it right now because everybody's so spoiled rotten from the pandemic that nobody's at work. We're not producing anything. So come on, SPY, let's do it. Get a little rip. The Fed, somebody in the Fed should come out and just say some good news right now and let this thing rip back up to its resistance. But space behaving like this is completely illogical. I mean, it's so horribly illogical that this thing is collapsing and collapsing with working space flights in progress. And yes, they have cash burn, and yes, they're raising a lot of cash. They're selling stock, but I mean, this is exactly, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the early days of Tesla. Space reminds me of the early days of Tesla. It's really interesting. Different industries, obviously, but everybody wanted to short the piss out of Tesla and put Musk out of business, and he got lucky and had the social media outbreak with the 420 stuff. But I mean, space should be getting close to a reversal here. A lot of other media outlets called reversal 2 around 2, but the downside of the market, it's not playing in favor of them. All right, let's go SPY. Come on, baby, run. All right, guys. I think that's all I have for today. If there's any big news, I'll pop back up, come back on, stream again, let you know. HE, September 28th, congressional hearing. SPY, I'm looking for this thing to potentially try to recover back up to this gap. 430, 436. Maybe it gap fills completely. I'm going to be very careful in these ranges here. I don't want to be too greedy, but this will be a good day if this thing hits. If this recovers and hits back to these ranges by tomorrow, by the end of the day or tomorrow, that's going to be a hell of a day, which it could. TMF down because of the overall market. Fed talking about not cutting rates till next year. So that's going to be that. Let me check, see if I can find the hearing time. Commission looks forward to discussing members subcommittee of oversight and investigation ways in which we can continue moderate strengthening electric grids and prioritize the most effective risk. Hawaiian Electric is facing multiple lawsuits from Maui County and residents alleging the company did not properly maintain its aging equipment. First Lahaina fire. I don't know what time it is. Let me take a couple more looks. Ooh, this was 34 minutes ago. I don't know if it's closed or open either. U.S. House panel. U.S. House Hawaii Electric hearing. U.S. House schedule. Let's check their schedule. Let me know what you think. I'm still bullish on it. I'm still really bullish on Hawaiian Electric. The article that came out saying the firefighters left the scene of the brush fire that was the cause of the Lahaina fire. That's... Oh, wow. The 28th. What do you know, too? Hearing the basis for impeachment inquiry, Joe Biden. Independence. Veterans benefits. I don't see anything on the schedule, even though they're saying it is. Legislative, American Energy Production Act. Maybe it's under one of these other ones. Laser and water cannons, exposing the Chinese Communist Party harassments in the South China Seas. I don't see it on the schedule. But this is when the Biden impeachment hearings start. Probably dog and pony show anyways, but it must be under one of the sub clauses, but I'm sure we'll find out more this week. I'll do research when I get off here and I'll try to find it. I'll actually call up there and see what time it is. But it's interesting they got these on the same day. Either way, SPY ticking 430 there for a minute. All right, let's see what we're up real quick before we go. Hopefully it stays and maintains. I am up 16% so far on my SPY calls. We're probably going to get a little bit of resistance here coming up when the RSI ticks up. But we are making our way back up above the support line, which was 430-ish. We talked about that. 429.50, some are calling. But if this thing gap fills, which this is just a little off. I had it here, but this is just a little off. If it gap fills that, it's going to recorrect back down and then maybe a big rip. I don't know. Maybe it just... This thing may have to form a double bottom off this support and then hit the upper trend line and then collapse back down for its lower. So I'm going to just keep playing what I've got so far and see what happens. But either way, guys, Thanks for coming. Please like the video. Really appreciate it. Share it on Twitter if you want. The past 3 to 4 live streams have been absolutely incredible because of you guys in the chat. OSTK, not HE. I'm waiting on OSTK. OSTK is looking, this is like a quintuple bottom on this thing at 1705. I'm watching it really close. There's a lot of good gaps back to the upside. Let me see if it's going to allow me. Actually, I said I was going to try to get back in at 17 something. Let me see if I can grab some options on this thing. OSTK. But keep in mind, credit cards are maxed, inflation is high, people are broke, online shopping is going to be more dominant because of the issues that are going on with brick and mortar stores and the thefts. But people are broke, man. But these options are, like right now, October 6th, 1850s, let's just say 19, are pretty cheap. 50 cents per share. Let's see what it's doing today. Looking like it's bouncing off of that resistance. I'm going to go ahead and buy some calls on OSTK. If it'll let me. Yep. Okay, and it's letting me. Okay, I'm taking a small position on OSTK. I'm doing October 6th, $19 calls. Because I said I was going to get back in. This thing may collapse under that support, though. Be very careful. Don't just follow me into this. Let's do a little charting real quick before I go. Let's look at the daily. It's too bright in here. I'm going to take my kid to breakfast. Look at these gaps on this thing, man. Kind of miss my kitty sitting on my desk, man. I'm sad that I'm glad it got back to its family, but I got attached to it. My girlfriend got attached to it. My daughter got attached to it. My dog was in love with it. He's got cattle dog in him. That's gaps at 20. Nope, no gaps at 20. Gaps at 25 and gaps at 29. Elder Lane Eggs went and visited the NYSE last week after the NYSE had talked tokenization of mortgages. NYSE parent ICE takes stake in T0. This was months ago. This was 2022. Where is the article? It was just a couple weeks ago. Here it is. The man who bought the NYSE just made an 11.9 billion bet that he can fast track your mortgage. Jeff Sprecher. NYSE owner talking tokenization of mortgages, Elder Lane Eggs. Tokenization of mortgages with an 11.9 billion bet. owner. David Goon, who used to be the head of the NYSE. Probably is in contact with that guy. This is going to be a big play in my opinion. We were rock bottom off the support. Oop, yep, better keep my eye. Let's see here. All right. Check it out. Check it out. Spy calls, baby. Short-term spy calls. Don't get caught on the downside. I don't know. All right. Is DZZ? Are you still in here, DZZ? Yes, he is. Tesla bounce 230 up, 240 day looking juicy. Have a good day, y'all. DZ 245 seems like the next Tesla is this. Let's go calls. I will send you a message to your Twitter, man. I find out when it is spent. If it is open, I'm going to try to do DC. Awesome, dude. All right, so everybody, DZZ, who is Brandon Holland on Twitter, is going to try to figure out what's going on with the HE thing for us. That's awesome, dude. That's a resource and a half right there. So you guys make sure you follow Brandon Holland on Twitter. Why is this not working? Dude, why is it so hard for me to find you on here? Brandon Holland, 8, that's why. Okay, so here's his ticker. He's going to be in DC doing some DD for us, man. I really appreciate it, man. If we win on this, if we get good news and we win on it, Brandon, and you get in there and let us know what the news is and put the effort in, I'll buy you a gift card to a steakhouse. At least these numbers I feel good going heavy. Not on HE, I mean OSTK. Yeah, I've been waiting for this OSTK floor for a while. And knowing that Mark went to the NYSE, was talking with them, Jeff Sprecher putting 11.9 billion down. I think it was Black Knight. The biggest untapped opportunity financial service. ICE bought home loan servicing and data and analytics provider Black Knight for 11.9. Let's go back to our tweet and update it. Bet in buying Black Knight. I mean, it's all just lining up, man. David Goon. Intercontinental Exchange has made a strategic investment in T0, a leader in blockchain innovation. Chief Strategy Officer of the Intercontinental Exchange, NYSE ICE. He went from there, leaving a huge, large paying job, to T0 on Mark's request, which is T0 blockchain tokenization. And now the NYSE owner bought Black Knight, mortgage data analytics company, analytics provider, loan servicing and data analytics provider Black Knight for 11.9 billion, and they're talking about tokenizing mortgages, and then Mark is down at the NYSE talking to them folks. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I'm pinning this tweet. Pin. That one's gonna be big, in my opinion. What did I buy them calls for? Maybe I should have bought them longer, more duration. We'll see. If anything, I can potentially just exercise them. Spy calls are rocking. Did my OSTK calls go in? Yes, they did. We're going to wait on the OSTK calls. I might be wrong. The thing may collapse. Ooh, my ARCC calls are up. Oh, baby. Let's just close those and take the win. What's going on with ARCC? Woo! All right. They are up 21%. And RSI's almost peaked. I did talk about a breakout and gap filling. which, well, not a gap fill, but it does maybe potentially this is breaking out. Maybe I want to hold those longer. I got more time. My SPY calls are coming down a little bit. It looks like it's just cooling off. This is where the cool off begins. I'm gonna go ahead and just close them and take the win. I don't care. Market. Sweet. 20%. SPY calls out. Boom. I'm not gonna sit and watch this downside correct into this just disaster. Go to my tweets. Just closing them. I don't necessarily, there we go. I don't necessarily like the setup on the SPY right now. This could get ugly really quick. What's ARCC doing? Positions. I was upside down on the ARCC calls the other day. They are rocking today. 21%. Right here, this tweet, I should have just walked away. Nope, I guess I didn't tweet it, so I don't need to. I'm going to probably get ready to close these, though. I'm going to have to sit here and wait now. I'm going to stream a little bit longer now because we're getting in on this, but SPY is probably going to correct, cool off the RSI, and then go up more. But I took 20%. I'm out, man. I'm done. Like, that's just that easy. OSTK kind of fluttering. Where you at? Get up here. Back down to 1717 as soon as I tweeted about it. I tweeted, collapsed. If it bounces here, hopefully we get some good recovery. Problem is when the CEO came out and talked, the Bed Bath and Beyond earnings weren't as what everybody expected, which is really dumb because it's going to take time for them to build the brand up. But right now we need to focus on ARCC. That's looking good. That chart looks great. I'm going to go ahead and close the calls because I'm long on the stock. So, what in the hell? Pulled 20% from that too. What? Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. What is going on here? I'm up 21%, and when I go to sell to close, it's saying I'm down on these. $700. What is happening here? Something is severely wrong with the options chain. How can I be, it's saying I'm up. My position, overall position is up. I'm printing. And when I go to sell them at market, it's saying I'm down $700. But I'm not. It says estimated loss 700, but it shows if I get 855, then I'm up 100. That makes Fidelity is jacked up, man. You know what? I have time. I have duration. I'm liking where the stock's going. They're debt lending. I'm just going to put it in for a limit sale at the ask. I'm going to hold it. I've decided I'm going to hold it. I'm going to be patient. Something's wrong with Fidelity. That makes me wonder. See the SPY starting to recover already. Maybe this thing does run. This thing may run gap fill. Maybe. I don't like playing the SPY like this, honestly. It's too unpredictable. You get one piece of bad news coming out from the Fed or something, and then boom, it crashes. But we pulled 20%. We got in and out, done. And then we're following our other plays, and we're going to continue daily to make 20, 30% on a couple plays here and there. And then boom, there you are in the money. Again, what did I just pull? I already pulled. It's not a lot. I pulled $400 today already. So there you go. ARCC's up. I'm just sitting and waiting on that one. I could sell it right now for a profit, but it looks really, really good. It makes me want to go eat breakfast, and it's still ticking up. If you guys don't know what ARCC is, it's Ares Capital. And I told everybody to start getting in 10 to 15 bucks, and I wasn't, and I would have been making 8,000 a year on dividends, and I sold it. I should have never sold it because it went from 10 to 19 within the year. Stupid. I could have had my 12 months in, made the dividends the whole way, and kept it for life. It was dumb. But a market leading business development company delivering comprehensive financing solutions to the middle market. So basically, they probably do a little bit of debt spiral lending, but they do all this financing stuff, which everybody's going to be looking for middle class businesses in the markets coming up, because liquidity is going to get so tight. People are going to need financing. So let's see, what's OSTK doing? Kind of broke back down to that support. Of course, as soon as I tweeted, well, how is it at 1706 if that's 1705 up here? What did that just say? I'm going to go ahead and buy a couple more calls right now on that. Yep, buying a couple more OSTK calls. And I'm going to wait. As soon as I tweeted, it took a dip. Somebody went and attacked it. I'm going to wait and see what goes on here. Now my ARCC. Why are my ARCC calls now down? What just happened? The stock's still going up. How am I down on these? I was up 20%. Unless this is so delayed that this thing just collapsed over 2 seconds. What? How am I down 30% on my ARCC calls? I was just up 20%. What is going on with Fidelity today? Well, I guess I'm not selling those. Oh well, we'll just keep waiting. I think it's going to tick up anyways. I think I'll win on those. Dude, Fidelity is so stupid. And all I need, I'll tell you what, in a couple weeks when TMF and HE recover, my portfolio is going to look pretty sick. That's for sure. Let's see. We got ARCC, Overstock, HE is the main. TMF and HE are the main. ARCC, Overstock, TMF, HE all on top. We'll put TLTT under that too, because that's the base of the 3X. And ARCC is still running. How did I just get ripped on my options within a 30-second period? It doesn't make any sense. That makes no sense. Come on, Overstock, let's go. Somebody's hammering it. Might be a bad play. I don't know. Maybe this thing has more downside. Maybe somebody's going for the gusto and going to try to collapse it. But if the SPY does try to recover the rest of the day, if this thing just takes off and rips, and then I'll regret selling my calls. But if this thing takes off and rips and tries to gap fill, Overstock may run a little bit with it. So we need some market support. All right. Either way, that's all I got for today. I'm not going to sit here and watch tick by tick. Makes you make bad decisions. Holding my ARC long position forever. I know, man. I never should have sold it. I had $65,000 in ARCC at like $15. I would have made a killing year after year after year after year. And I sold it to get into some other plays, and I made good money on it. But, oh man, the fact that I sold it was the stupidest thing ever. It continued to climb, and the dividends are solid. They've paid dividends out even in crashes. So I'm just going to continue to buy. I'm back in now with a small position. I'll collect those dividends. It won't be anything like I had. I would have been getting like $7,000 a year in dividends, 7 to 8 grand a year. I could have just sat back and did nothing. I could have used that money to go vacation and explore, and we'll see. But we'll make it back. We'll build that position back up over time. In the next market event, the next market crash, I'm going to watch ARCC carefully. If that thing collapses again, I'm going to put a lot of money into it. In the meantime, their option chain has been garbage ever since Ken Griffin came. Yep. Ever since Ken Griffin and Citadel started a partnership with Fidelity, which I think they did because they know most of the apes went to Fidelity, their options chain has been a disaster. Nothing works right. They're doing it on purpose. Fidelity crashed twice during the AMC rally on ape. It's crazy. ARCC, you may be recording Fidelity fraud in real time. Dude, I was up 20%, then I'm down 30%. And I was up 20% for a good 5 minutes, and then it rocked me down to 30%. Like they just ripped the options chain. And then when I went to sell it, it told me I was going to lose $700, but the total value of the sale was saying I was up $300, and now it's wrong again. I mean, Fidelity is such a dumpster fire. And that's a market order. That's not like a limit order. It's just crazy. ARCC's still ripping. Either way, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to get my kid up. We're going to go eat some breakfast, have some fun today. ARCC is ripping, which is good because I have a long position in it too. That's up. My calls are still showing down 30%, 20 or 32%, even though when I go to sell them, they're not down 32%. So Fidelity is a dumpster fire, a severe dumpster fire. TMF, again, down 11% on that. Not worried about it long term. Either way, good luck, guys. If you're in the SPY, good luck on your play. If you're in Overstock, good luck on your play. Time for pancakes and bacon. Froggy Stocks out.